Hello, welcome to Spiritual Revelations Tarot. Uh, let's see. I found my cards that I used to use when I first started using tarot. So I said, well, let me try these out now. So this reading is going to be about asking Spirit the following questions. But we're going to, instead of saying what are people feeling right now, right here? I'm going to rephrase these questions so that they apply to the public or like that. All right. The first card I pulled for the first question is, what are people feeling right now? And the King of Swords came out. So now, when I shuffled the cards, I'll do them right now. I'll do it again now. Okay, Spirit. This reading is about the public, excluding me from the reading. Okay, why did I do that? I want to exclude myself from the reading and include everyone else as part of this reading. Is that like a collective reading? Excluding my energies. Okay. Let's move on to the first question. The first question was, what are people feeling right now? The King of Swords came out. All right, second question. Why are people feeling so strongly about it? Why are people feeling so strongly about this King of Swords? Why are people feeling so strongly, Spirit, about this King of Swords? Okay. Two cards popped out. That card is the Devil and the Two of Swords. All right, so that means let's see, how can I do this? So you see both cards. Let me expand over here. Angle like that. Okay, some kind of way. Trying to get all the cards in the scenery here. So you can see the questions and the cards. All right, that'll do right there. So we got the Devil and the Two of Swords. So you can see that. All right, so far, what are people feeling right now? The King of Swords. Why are people feeling it so strongly right now? The Devil came out and the Two of Swords. And how I interpret this so far is that this is an air sign. What are people feeling right now about this King of Swords. This is a Gemini air sign. And this is how the general public feel about this energy of this Gemini air sign. Why are people feeling it so strongly? Because somebody is in the devil energy, totally negative, sitting on a throne with flames, horns coming out like they're the big ruler right here. The horns, flames, the staff, and in the background, there's fire. Now, it's had to really be toxic to have fire on the waters. And the water represents emotions. So this is coming out as an evil person who can't make a decision here with the Two of Swords. Something they don't, or something they are refusing to see with this dog right here sitting there patiently watching the person who has their arms up over their eyes, not wanting to see, not wanting to make a decision here. Okay? And that's why people feel so strongly about this King of Swords, which we don't have any kings, correct? All right. 3. How can people realize this feeling? How can people realize this feeling? Why are people feeling it so strong? Because they have hatred or ill behavior or toxic. That's right, toxicity. Because people strongly feel that this person over here is toxic. And a lot of people just don't want to see what's happening because they got their arm over their eyes. They can't make a decision. And how long are they going to wait? Okay. And the next question is, how can people realize this feeling? Some may not be. How can people realize this feeling? Oh, people, you realize it by taking a deep look inside of oneself. That's how I would, okay? To reflect on your feelings of hostility toward this person over here. Okay? But that was my interpretation. Let me pull a card. How can people realize this feeling that they are feeling right now in the world? One card. How can people realize this feeling, Spirit? Ooh, that's, ooh. The sun came out. Oh. How can people realize this feeling? When people just lighten up, lighten up on the situation. How can people realize this feeling? I would say what I said, to lighten up on the situation. And this person, this can represent, the sun can represent self, uh, happiness, and how can people realize this feeling? How can people realize the feeling of happiness? That's what I'm seeing here. Because over here, people finding themselves to be toxic and can't make a decision regarding this King of Swords. All right? So, how can they realize this feeling is you need to balance. You need to balance toxicity and the light or the dark or the shadow side of oneself to the light. Maybe people just need to go out, get some sunshine to brighten up their mood. How can people realize this feeling? Oh, because if you into the light, you're happy. So this is a choice. That's what this Two of Swords is. It's a choice. You have the choice to be toxic or be in the light. All right? So instead of being toxic here and not making a decision, move toward the light. Oh, you got to balance what you hear here, what's going on with your happiness. You need to balance the two together. That's what the Two of Swords is. The dark and the light. Balance it. You can't stay a long time over here in the dark listening to all the chaos that's going on. You can't. You'll go crazy over here if you stay over here. That's why you have to balance with the Two of Swords here, the light and the dark, the good and the bad, the evil and the good. Okay. I think I've said that enough. So the next question is, let me put these over here. That's the sun. Next question is, what is this feeling transforming into, Spirit? What is the feeling of the public turning into? What is this feeling from the public turning into, Spirit? What is this feeling? What is this feeling transforming into, Spirit, for people who need to balance the light and shadow? What is this feeling turning into? Okay, the card fell out. Bam, the Magician. So we see now that what we want, we need to manifest it. Spirit says manifest. And how do we manifest? We can't manifest in the negative. We can't manifest in the dark, right? So that's why you need to come into the light. You can't manifest in the dark. You have to be in the light. Or You can balance the two, the dark and the light, and not be overwhelmed by what's happening here with this king. Okay? We're going to call this is the King of Swords. And this is the public right here. Under here is the devil and the two of swords. Decision time. All right. This card is the sun. How can people realize this feeling? All right. And the spirit said you have to manifest what you want. What you want your country to be, etc., etc., etc. Personally, including personally. The magician came out. What is this feeling transforming into? Manifestation. You can't manifest in the dark for anything good to come out of it. That's what that's saying. Now, next question. How can people rise above this situation, Spirit? How can people rise above this situation, Spirit? How can people rise above this situation? Okay, the card that came out is the Three of Coins. You can rise up. You can rise above this situation that's going on in the world by collaboration. You know, you have to be wise, able to communicate well with others in order to have a collaboration. Oh, this is funny. You have to be able to talk to the other side, to collaborate, to compromise, to negotiate. Okay? This is how we can rise above the situation. Now, they only need one card for that. All right. Whoever is the head of the two parties need to delegate, collaborate with the two parties. Like the Republicans and the Democrats. Okay. That's how we can rise above this situation of darkness. Somebody's trying to send us into the darkness. We can't live there. We need to come out into the light. Make a decision here with the Two of Swords. All right? What is our new beginning? This is a good question. Okay, what is our new beginning, Spirit? Uh-oh, there you go. What is this card going to be? What is our new beginning? I almost don't want to turn it over. But let's see. We got the sun now. It might be good. Oh, Lord. The tower. Oh, boy. What is our new beginning? The tower came out. All right. No other explanation for this. They're going to burn down the house. Both parties is going to come tumbling down. That's what I see. Blew off the cap. Look at that. Let me see. Let me look at this card. Yep, blew the tower's cap off. Flames coming out and people jumping out of the tower. Oh, please. We're not gonna say that. No. It's just the tower is coming down. And that was the answer to the question, what is the new beginning? But towers are not always bad. Okay. No, not we. This is because the next card said, what have I learned? So this must be a bad tower. What is the new beginning for people? The tower. Lord, how can we rise above that? The people is to start collaborating with each other. You can't make it out here alone. That's the point, especially if you are part the public being ruled by this King of Swords. All right. What have I learned? What have we learned in this situation, Spirit? What have we learned in this situation, Spirit? What have we learned in this situation, Spirit? Oh, we learned to speed stuff up. We learned to talk and communicate because fast moving is coming toward people. A lot of communication is coming. All right. After this tower. Okay. What is this communication going to be about, Spirit? What? Oh, card fell out. This communication is going to be about the hangman. Oh, so is this the meeting that they just had? How can we rise above that? By collaborating with one another? And then the tower's going to fall. And then what have we learned? We learned that you have to communicate. You have to communicate to gain a different perspective about what, Spirit? Communicate. Change the perspective about what? About what, Spirit? About what, Spirit? Communicate and change the perspective about what? Okay, that's too many cards. Communicate. Change the perspective about what? What is the perspective in this situation, Spirit? What is the perspective in this situation? What is the perspective in this situation, Spirit? Oh, what's wrong? The cards were dropping. What is the perspective in this situation, Spirit? One card. Let me slow down some. Let me relax. What is the perspective in this situation? Okay. Spirit is not saying with this deck. Let me get another deck. Okay, Spirit. We need to communicate what is the perspective in this situation. What is the perspective in this situation, Spirit? Okay, let me see. All right. The Page of Pentacles. A message regarding a small offer. All right, there's going to be communications. Somebody is trying to gain a perspective on a situation to make a small offer. And we have collaboration again. They want to make a very small offer in order to collaborate, you know, bring something to the table. And this very small offer is coming to the table. However, after that collaboration, the other side, the two, want equal give and take. Or, no, wait a minute, this deck, in this deck, this is what's happening. Here we have, let's say the collector. The one pentacle is over the collector. So the collector is paying themselves. And also, the collector is giving one party more than the other. This party over here gets 3 pentacles. And this party over here only gets 2 pentacles. This party is being breadcrumbed. And notice the color of the robe or wrap is blue, representing water. This person is very emotional. They're being breadcrumbed, this person. And the other person is in a yellow wrap, representing happiness, representing the sun, representing they're doing a lot better because they're getting 3 pentacles. This one only getting 2. And the collector or the giver is keeping a pentacle for themselves instead of sharing equally to each party. Get it? Oh, wow. That was a good read. Oh, wow. All right. Now, let me get another message here. Last one is, okay, Spirit, what's your message to the people who are being breadcrumbed out here, who are being abused? All right. What's your message, Spirit? One card. One card, Spirit. One card, Spirit. One card. One card. I want you to be able to see these. One card, Spirit. What message do you have for the people? Okay. Thank you, Spirit. Spirit says, first card out. Oh, no. Did I record this? And it, oh, Lord, I didn't have it on. All right, Spirit says, prioritize yourself. You do so much for others. It's time for you to experience the love you deserve and let others help you. That is why we have the collaboration, because the government is collaborating, and the people should also collaborate with others. And you should prioritize self care. And the next card is Archangel Michael is with you now. Even though you can't see it, Archangel Michael is actively working on this situation. He is here and helping us all. That's the message. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you resonated with it, please press the thumbs up button and join Spiritual Revelations Tarot. Bye.